think we learned that it's not, I mean, we knew this coming in this season, but nothing's going to come easy. I mean, we got to work for everything. It all starts in practice, but I think we had a good week, and we took a few things we got to work on, a couple more deep things, but other than that, nothing we didn't already know. So
I think we got into the habit of having our playoff intensity right off the bat. Against Reading, real quick, we just jumped right on them, and if we bring that intensity, it's going to be huge. And I think we carried that intensity over into Guertin, big time. Not so much Merrimack, but it's all right because we still figured it out.
I think we learned a lot about ourselves. I think the biggest thing is that if we win to play 48 minutes, we'll be an even better team. I think that we played in spurts sometimes where we played great and then sometimes we didn't play as well. Face-off, you got to make up possessions in other ways, so making saves and getting stops is one way, obviously, and I think we did a really good job of that.
For us, it's our defense. Our defense locked it down. They showed up when they really needed to, because when we don't have the ball that much, our main goal is to get the ball. And not only did they stop them from scoring, but they also took it away a bunch of times. Ryan Flynn had like 6 strips, and it was just great because every time they got us the ball, we were ready. We were ready to go, and I think both sides of the field were just
me, Flynn, and Todd, we were all winning our one-on-one matchups. Jamesy was making saves. We were running off saves. When we needed to slide, our slides were clean. Everyone was recovering. It all looked really clean. And then once we got the ball, we scored. So I mean, that's huge when you're making style. You only let up 1 goal when they win 6 of 8 face-offs. Then the same thing. There was a stretch in the second half. Like the first 5 minutes, they were on offense. I mean, I don't even think we let up a goal in that possession, and that was big for us because we were making strips. I mean, Flynn stripped a kid, Jamesy made a couple tough saves, and all the defense turns into offense, so I thought it was really good. I mean, it's kind of like a weird thing to say, but them winning those 6 of 8, I mean, it was kind of a good thing for us because we were, I mean, stripping kids, making saves, hitting slides, everything like that. So I don't think it was a good thing that we were losing face-offs, but I think it was a good thing the defense that we were playing.
When you're sitting there on attack, just watching the defense grind out every possession, you're like, wow, once we get this ball back, we better show them that we can follow through for them. And it does add pressure, but I think it also gives us that intensity, that playoff intensity I was talking about. I think that we get in that mindset and it just helps us to go, go, go. And then when we score, the defense gets even more, gets in that mentality even more, and they're ready to shut it down, and then it just keeps going back and forth.
Typically, we've had a couple slow third quarters where we come out in the third. We have a 5, 6, maybe 7 goal lead. There's a little bit of a let up, but that's something we're trying to get away from, something we're trying to work on in practice. So getting towards the end of practice, everyone's keeping everyone up, keeping everyone into the practice, high intensity, everybody's moving, so I think that's something we can fix and we can work on, so it won't happen.
That could be it. We get up early often, and maybe that leads to us kind of holding off the gas pedal, and we just really need to learn how to press it down for 48 minutes.
I feel like it can go both ways. I mean, when we play 5 games in 8 days, I think we do need some time off because, I mean, a lot of guys, the middies especially, they're running up and down for 48 minutes those days. Like, it's a lot on them, it's a lot on us as players, but I think up through the years you're taught how to handle that and how to fuel your body so it doesn't affect you that much. So I think it can go both ways, but I think for us, I think 1-2 days off max is the perfect limit, and then get back to work.
So since we had a 4-game week last week, I think we didn't really practice that much, so we're definitely going to need, this is why this week is so big, because even though we have 2 games, I think that if we have a couple big practices, that'll help us get better for the championship.
Mostly to me because I remember my freshman year when we played them their first year in D1. There was so much hype. It was one of the most hyped up games I've ever seen or ever played in, and we just came out firing, and it was great. But that intensity just never went away because they were very unhappy that we took it to them like that, and we were unhappy that they thought they could take it to us. So that back and forth feeling hasn't gone away. It's still an intense game.
We all know a couple kids on the team, so we definitely don't want to lose them, and we really want to put it on them this year. So, I mean, I know Coach Gerard, we all see him at indoor when we all play the indoor league. He refs some of our games, so we definitely do want to beat them this year, and we all do get up for it. Especially where it's senior night too. It's a special night for us seniors, so it should be good.
Yeah, with teams that play slow, we just have to get up on them early. Similar to what Pinkerton did last year, is that they slowed the ball down. One of our biggest game plans was to get up on them early, and then when you're winning, they can't slow it down. So we just got to play our game like we always do, play fast and play hard, and we should have a good result.
I think we're definitely going to have to do that because I know that they do like to have long possessions because they want quality shots. But I think that we're also going to have to bring the intensity and the smarts to our offensive side because I know that they have some pretty good players like Eric Flynn. He can pick a pass out of the air anytime he wants. So we have to be smart offensively while still keeping that intensity, because if we use our intensity for our advantage, and they can also take advantage of our speed. But I think that if we use our smarts with our intensity, then there's no stopping us.
If they're slowing the ball down on us, it'll be a good thing for the D guys because our coach always stresses grinding out possessions, you know, not letting up goals, so that'll be a good thing. We can grind out long possessions if they hold it, and then if they do take a ton of shots, I mean, James will be making saves. Hopefully we can win some end line balls and go from there.
Presents a challenge, you know, because it takes you out of your normal flow, pregame flow. And Bedford came out, and I could see it. They weren't intimidated. Some teams come up here and they're just intimidated. And we always talk about not letting teams hang around. Don't let them believe that they can play with you. And all of a sudden, Eric Flynn scores. It's 1-0. As you said, the sideline goes crazy. They start playing with more energy. So it just took us a little bit of time.
gotta give Bedford credit. They played hard and they came out ready to go right away, and they were loud and they were excited, and that's what makes the game fun.
Sometimes it is, but we just gotta know that we have the game plan set, we prepared, and that if we could win, we play our best lacrosse.
The kid that scored, Eric Flynn, he was one of my buddies. He's going to UML too. So personally on D, we got to tighten up. We can't allow breaks like that, but I don't think we need to change any. I didn't think we need to change anything, get up anymore. I thought we were playing good. We hit a couple pipes, hit 2 or 3 pipes in the possession before that, so I thought we were fine, that we didn't really need to change anything.
It's tough, especially when it's our senior night. Everybody's kind of starting out slow. We all know that we're trying to get all of our seniors in and everything. So it's definitely not good to start down, because we play our best when we start out firing and just keep firing. So for us, it's a crawl back, a big crawl back, even if it's only 1 goal. But the thing is, our team pushes through.
Turn the momentum. You know, our guys then got fired up. We got a man-up goal, and then we never really looked back. I mean, we built it up to 14-3, just playing really good defense, and then we adjusted to the way they were setting the double to Brian, where it was coming from. Once we figured that out, we were able to roll. And Coach Gerard had his team always ready to play, and this time it was more energy than we've ever seen them.
Yeah, at the start of the game, they were definitely riding high on emotion, but then we put a few in, and that kind of settled it down. We settled down, and then we just played our game.
Yeah, it was more just kind of getting out the nerves, and we figured out their defense a little bit, and we just kind of saw the adjacent guy and passed it off. We had a lot of step downs that were right on the doorstep, and we just kind of cleaned it up in the middle of the field. And I think throughout the game we kind of played in spurts. Sometimes we played great, other times we got a lot of turnovers in the middle of the field. So once we cleaned that up, we were good.
It was definitely good because with Duxbury coming up, I think it's going to be important for us to be able to grind out those type of games because I think that we can get on runs against them. I think we're definitely going to be able to jump on them, but the way that they like to play is more slow and smart. So if we have to match that, I think that with some experience like in that game, it's going to be a little bit easier because we were able to still push through whatever they threw at us with they were playing physical and looking for those type of plays, and I think we kept pushing through that, and that's exactly what might happen in Duxbury, and we're going to be in the right mindset to be able to do that if we can't get quick.
Yeah, it was different, but like those are the games you want because you want those close games like that, so it was definitely fun to play.
They go on like 5 or 6 goal runs, but they're a very persistent team and they're good, and I think our defense only let up, I think there's 3 6 on 6
It's good to get those games. I was a little more fired up for that one, but it's definitely good to get some of those under your belt before playoffs.
I mean, that's why we play the 6 out-of-state games, just to get that playoff type atmosphere, and you get game tested, battle tested, and Bedford gave us that night.